All right, have and have not fans. Now, for everyone out there who's new to the channel, or if you've been on here a few times but haven't done so already, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content that I post on the channel. Keep in mind that even though the show is going to be off for a few weeks, it's going to be back in 4 weeks on August 14th. So we got less than a month, guys. The show will be back before you know it. So just know this channel is still going to be up and running. I'm going to be putting out new content. Keep in mind that there are a lot of theory videos that I still need to do based off the finale. Yes, my episode review is on the way, but I put a poll on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and the people have spoken. I am doing my trailer breakdown for The Road to Hell, returning on OWN August 14th. And after that, I'll put my episode review up, and trust and believe I have a lot to say about the episode review. I took my time now because there was so much in that episode. I didn't want to put a video up right away. I just wanted to let the episode settle for a couple of days. The fact that the internet is still talking about it. Every time I go on Twitter, I always get a bunch of notifications from people retweeting, liking, or commenting on my tweets because the episode was that damn good. Now, before we move any further, just want to give credit to Tyler Perry Studios, and OWN. What we're going to do is, as we do every time, look at the trailer for the next episode. It feels weird not to say next Tuesday, but like I said, August 14th will be here before you know it. We're going to look at the trailer for The Road to Hell. Then we're going to come back and we're going to break it down scene by scene.
Catch your breath now.
I need an ambulance.
If you can. Tyler Perry's most explosive season isn't over yet.
You did it. I'm gonna get you for this.
You have no idea the atrocities that await our son in jail.
This is sick behavior.
You're loving it.
Convince her, Benny. Give me the money.
She's not gonna do that.
Well, then I'll have to convince her myself.
With so many lives on the line, who will fall next?
We got a casualty.
Tyler.
All right, and that was the trailer for The Road to Hell. And luckily enough, since the episode ended on an explosive cliffhanger, no pun intended, we just got the end credits and then the trailer during the commercial. So there weren't any scenes at the end for me to pull from the end credits to include in this video. So looking at my notes here, there are only about 7 different points of discussion, but that doesn't mean the trailer wasn't good. Don't get me wrong now. It's just that I'm usually expecting more because you know how we get the brief scenes during the end credits, then we get the commercial, which is the trailer, and then we move into Love Is. But overall, the trailer itself was pretty straightforward. It starts off with Hannah calling 911, which is very depressing because Hannah has seen a lot of death when you think about it. I mean, she was the one that discovered Amanda's body in her room, ran down the stairs covered in blood, and called 911 when Celine was on the phone. And she was carrying Quincy Jr.'s dead body out of the bathroom after the whole shooting at the motel. And now she witnessed Melissa take her own life by jumping off of the roof. Now, the trailer itself starts off with Veronica, Hannah, and the doctor that was going to come examine Melissa, if you will, before taking her to the asylum. And just by the looks of it, yeah, it doesn't look that good. And then, in fact, we have 911 pulling up, and most likely she's dead. Now, it isn't quite confirmed that Melissa is dead, but I don't think it would be wrong to assume that, yeah, she's probably dead. And now what gets me is that Veronica blames Hannah for what happened. It's like, you did it. I'm going to get you for this. And it's just like, well, Hannah really didn't do anything. And correct me if I'm wrong, but let me just look at the timeline. We have the night where Veronica kicked Benny and Melissa out of her house. They went to Hannah's house. Then you had the night. So if I'm not mistaken, Melissa wasn't even in Hannah's supervision for more than like a day and a half, if that. So I don't really know what Veronica's blaming Hannah for, but that's a major flaw of a lot of characters on the show. Like, even when something is clearly their fault, they want to blame someone else. I mean, this goes back to the whole Candace blaming Oscar for the whole "you took my money" when that was really Jim's money, and how what he got was coming to him, and he slammed me in the elevator, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, basically Veronica now has Hannah in her war sight in her vision on her warpath. Now, the question is whether or not Veronica is going to use that list of phone numbers that Derek gave her to call somebody to go after Hannah, which is kind of bad, leading into another part of the trailer where we have Benny confronting Candace about the fact that Jim Cryer is now after him about this money. So most likely Benny went to Candace to get verification that the money that she blackmailed and put in the account was from the Cryer family. But then Candace is just continuing to say, Benny, convince her. And it's like, no, Mama is not going to give us that money. And that's when Candace retorts saying, fine, you know what? Then I'll have to convince her myself. And later on in the trailer, we see that this big thug, I mean, literally, this guy is huge. He's in the room with RK and Candace, most likely getting his assignment of what to do, where to go, and all that good stuff. A couple things to notice. Somebody actually pointed out to me that this thug here might be the same one that was strong-arming Landon back when Candace was looking for Oscar. I'm going to put a side-by-side picture comparison on the screen, and to be honest, I didn't look at the photos before I started recording, so it might be the same guy with a haircut or somebody completely different, so don't fault me for that. Literally, I just finished taking my notes on the trailer, and I had to record because it has been a while. But it would be interesting if Hannah is going to be pursued by somebody that Veronica sends after her, and then also someone that Candace sends after her for different reasons. Veronica wants revenge for Melissa and her unborn grandchild, and Candace wants, I guess you could say, some strong arm persuasion to get her mother to sign the bank documents to transfer the money, which really makes no sense because I know you said you'd pay Benny $1 million, but if the money is moved, then Benny is pretty much screwed because then Jim will want to go after him because he'll still have $1 million. I don't know. Anytime you get involved with Candace, it's going to lead to trouble. So there's that. And another brief thing to talk about. Is it just me or does it look like RK's hair is a bit longer in this scene with Candace and the thug than it was in the mid-season finale where he was, talking with Candace about what happened with Oscar and stuff like that? I mean, obviously they probably filmed at different times, so maybe his hair got longer. Maybe because this was filmed a few weeks after filming the batch of episodes we've gotten from May 1st to July the 8th, the 17th. But, that's just me noticing little things. Like, it's not a bad thing. I just thought it was very interesting. Let's see here. Then going back to the Cryer house, we have Jim doing the overlying dialogue about how you have no idea the atrocities that await Wyatt in jail. And then we have, Wyatt in the jail cell wearing the classic orange jail outfit. So it will be interesting to see what he goes through because this isn't like when Jim set him up in a false position. What was it? He took Norman Hewins out of jail and then put Wyatt in there just to get a taste of what it would be like if he snitched on himself. But this, again, is the real deal. Like, there's no Jim or any of the cops organized to put him in a controlled environment until Veronica sent Toxic in there to mess things up. But this is the real thing, so there's no telling what he's going to go through. And then Jeffrey and Justin is like, this is some sick behavior. Justice is like, you love it. And to be honest, I mean, can you really say that Jeffrey doesn't love this toxic thing they got going on? Like, I mean, you know how I feel about it. And to be honest, I am very surprised. But one of my videos on the channel finally hit 300,000 views. And it is a Justin and Jeffrey video. It was a video I did a few months ago. I think sometime in like January. When the magazine article said that this season that Justin has Jeffrey right where he wants him. And my God, the fact that that video is the most viewed video on this channel is ridiculous. But you know what? Hey, you all know what you want. Next up, we have that is pretty much it. Aside from the very end. And I actually looked at this scene over. This is when the firemen are at David's house putting out the car fire. And I think we see an ambulance in the background. And this dialogue, this specific line of dialogue has actually caused a bit of tension within the fan base. I actually looked at this scene multiple times and put on closed captioning. The fireman that's on the phone calling it in said, "We got a casualty." Not casualties, but we got a casualty, meaning that there is one death. And I'm pretty sure that's Erica. I have theories, and actually I want to give credit to my mom, but She actually came up with at least 2 or 3 theories about what happens to David, and I will do those in separate videos. But overall, that's it. Not a bad thing. I mean, this video isn't super long, but that's, you know, typically good because some of the videos that do well on the channel aren't extremely long. But the trailer itself has me pumped for next month. I'm hoping that we get like a mini trailer maybe in the next couple of weeks or early August, where we get a bunch of scenes from upcoming episodes, because this trailer we got isn't bad, but it was given to us in a way like, oh, well, next Tuesday, you know how we get a trailer, then it's like because next Tuesday is coming on. I'm hoping we get like an extended trailer because of the fact we got to wait. Again, 4 weeks, I am fine with that. That's not a long time, but I just hope we get a little bit more in a spiced up trailer, because if Tyler Perry continues the quality of episodes in the back half of this year like he did from May to July, then I'm sure we're all going to be satisfied with the end result. So with that being said, are you looking forward to The Road to Hell? Some people have been telling me that certain websites have put up an episode synopsis for this episode. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not looking forward to seeing it until maybe like a week or so from now. I'm really trying to take a little break from new information and just finish up what we have now, because as I said before, I still need to do my episode review. I did a couple of live streams with my reactions to the episode, but you all know how I do. I usually do my structured episode reviews, breaking down scenes, talking about the good, the bad, and giving it a score. But just know that I still have a lot of theory videos on the way. So again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, share this video around. Remember, just because the show is on a brief break does not mean the channel is on a break. There are plenty of other videos I want to get done. I have some top 10 lists, various other non-Tyler Perry related content that I want to post soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I think my next video will definitely be the episode review. I'll try to have that up sometime tomorrow since it's Friday. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all soon.